Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Change can be difficult. It is often feared and fought, but there is beauty in change. It moves us. It transforms us if we allow it. A nation forever changed by one man's dream and the strength of those who stood beside him. It is up to us. We must be the change. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Over the last year, we've seen the power the sports world has to create change, and that's why we're here today. It's fitting that on Martin Luther King Day, we're debuting Fox Sports Voices. Dr. King's fight for respect encompassed all cultures. In fact, he worked with Native American tribes in Alabama in the late 1950s and wrote about the genocide of indigenous peoples in America in the early 60s. This past year, we saw a little dignity brought to Native Americans when the Washington football team decided to no longer use them as mascots. Yet, as ex-NFL player Jim Warne told us in a piece that first aired on Thanksgiving, there's far more to the struggles of his fellow Native Americans than just the team name.
I never did play for a team with a Native mascot, but I played against teams with Native mascots. So obviously I was a target of people that wanted to say things like scalp the Indian or cut your hair. When we hear that term red skin, we know that it's a term of our pelts, our scalps, that were bounties that were paid to bounty hunters. This negative imagery is getting most of the press, yet there's deeper issues in Indian country. We learn a lot about genocide in other countries, but we don't learn about the genocide that happened here. Back in 1890, the 7th Cavalry really wanted to get us back for Custer's last stand. When you look at the Wounded Knee grave site, my family is number 18 on that list of families that perished that day. Being an American citizen, many of us don't have that experience of visiting a mass grave, of feeling that trauma from many generations ago. Pine Ridge, my home reservation, is the poorest county in the United States. So the average family income is under $10,000 per year. Unfortunately, Indian country has the highest rate of COVID-19 in the world. And when I go home and I hear of the people that are passing away just because they can't keep themselves warm, that's something that's very challenging. When you think of Paha Sapa, which means Black Hills, that's our sacred land. U.S. policy saw that our culture, our ceremonies were savage and heathen. So we could have been singing a song for happy birthday or a wedding, and they saw it as war drums. Black Elk said it would take 7 generations to heal our circle after Wounded Knee. So as we gather on this special holiday, let's give thanks for inclusion. Let's give thanks for culture. Let's give thanks for who we are as two-leggeds.
The movement continues. In December, the Cleveland Indians announced that they will change the team name after the 2021 baseball season.
In sports, there's always another bigger and better, but in activism, you can definitely leave your mark.
It's a way to make the biggest impact you could ever make. Well, we've highlighted today many examples, but they're just a few of them, of what athletes are doing positively to try and shape the world we live in, much like Dr. King inspired everyone to do. We're proud to present to you these stories and let you hear their voices. For Michael Strahan and everyone involved, I'm Kurt Menefee. Thank you for watching.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today